We're back. So I'm going to give an update video now on the Safari Wagon. I've gotten a lot done on it. I haven't been filming as much. We've been building an intake for it. This is going to be a functional shaker hood intake. So that's going to be the intake ducting. It's going to run around. Once that's done, I will update another video. I have gotten the cooling system is all the way done on it. You saw the fuel system got done on it. I got the cooling fan on, all the hoses are made and routed. I got a cooling reservoir now up in the front. You may have to swing around, Tequila. She's gonna fall off the table here any second. I tied up all the loose ends underneath, like all those things that I was telling you, like I'll have to do this when the parts come in and that type of stuff. I got all that tied up. I'm gonna start tackling the wiring and finishing that up. And then once that wiring is done and once I'm done with this intake, it is going to be time to start it. I got the exhaust done on it. I'm going to go underneath and show you the exhaust here in a second. All right, so the cooling system is all intact. Akila is going to pan over the front so you can see. I ended up making an aluminum crossover, so it's really odd that these all these LT motors and stuff, they go in off the same side, so you have to kind of make a crossover pipe, either that or you have to get a radiator that has basically two sections, one above and one below, so that both the hoses will be on the same side. But anyway, I got all that welded up. I got the reservoir is in now. The cooling system should be able to pressurize. I'm going to pressure check that before I put coolant in it, but it should pressurize right now. And now I'm working on that intake. So the intake is just simply going to wrap around like this and go up to our functional filter or to our shaker hood intake. And then there's going to be a sealed filter element right here. It's a round one. I'll do a video on that because actually anyone putting one of these motors in a Trans Am or something would probably be pretty interested in how I am making that shaker hood work with one of these newer engines. So let's get underneath it and I will show you the exhaust and how that turned out. I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. All right. There's Bob. Bob's checking it out. He hasn't seen it for a while. He just brought him down. 2.5 inch exhaust all the way back, mandrel bent. I got a little creative when I was doing it. I like everything to be symmetrical, and it's impossible to be symmetrical when you're going around a transfer case. But after you get to this point, it does stay perfectly symmetrical. I made the exact pipes for both sides, and then just as a mirror image. That is an X pipe. That actually is a functional X pipe. I made it. It is so far rear, I don't know if it's going to be much benefit, as much as one closer up to the engine would be, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. And I had to come over the center like that so the rear end will clear it anyway, the control arms. That's just why I did that way. Then it just goes out to a stainless steel 3-inch tailpipe. Out both sides the same. I plan on eventually cutting this off flat. That's the rear tire well that was smushed at one point. That's for the spare. I'm gonna cut that off flat at some point. That's gonna be after we're running and driving though. I don't have time to do it right now. We got a car show to do. E-brake now is fully functional. I started doing brake lines and stuff. I'm working on that currently. Most of the lines are already made. I just need to get them in. And then, so yeah, the e-brake's functional now. I got all the hoses and everything is tied up the way it's supposed to be. I think we left that off because I didn't have these clamps. So that's clamped on now in that video if you've been following along. And then I got all the clamps and everything up here as well. So that all those lines are tied up real well. I did get the oxygen sensors. I just have to put them in. They are in there. The bungs are up top. And yeah, that about covers it from down here. I don't think I'm forgetting to show you anything. Drivetrain wise, it is 100% complete now, other than I need to put on the bracket, or this is the brace that these NP208s have. Just bolts to the side of the brace and then up to a bell housing bolt. I don't know how much that actually helps. On an engineering standpoint, it doesn't have much leverage, but it probably does help a little bit keeping it from torquing. All right, so one thing that's coming up, and I probably will do a more detailed episode for this one, is the wiring, the engine wiring. You cannot buy a reproduction wiring for a Pontiac Catalina, at least not that I can find, but you can get them for a GTO very commonly. So I'm gonna take a GTO, aftermarket GTO harness, and show you how to modify it so it will work. At least in our situation, it'll cover most of it, so it'll work in a Catalina. The Catalina has 2 extra pins on it, so they don't really work. And then the pinout's probably different. I haven't even looked into that part yet. But the terminals will fit inside of each other. All right, thanks for watching this one. That's a fun update. I'm going to try to do weekly update videos on that thing, and then we're also going to be doing projects on this tracker. Those will go really fast. Those will go really fast for me. They're really easy projects, but I am going to do them all on the ground like most people would be doing them, not on the lift. I'm going to do it just, you know, quote unquote the hard way, but just proving that none of these projects we're going to be doing to this thing are difficult. It's very easy. It's going to be like an after work type project that you can get done on these things. So really fun stuff. It's going to be a fun little project. Bob's already checking it out. I don't know if he likes it or if he thinks it's dumb. He's a cat, so he probably thinks it's dumb, just like everything else. This is his first time he's been down to the shop since he's moved up to the house, so he's kind of investigating everything. I was afraid he was going to think he was getting banished to the shop again, but he doesn't seem worried about it at all. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next weekend.